Have you ever noticed how some people make money look completely effortless? Not the Instagram millionaires. Not the ones renting yachts for content. I'm talking about the quiet ones. The ones who lose a job and somehow land somewhere better within weeks. The ones whose business fails and somehow a bigger opportunity appears before the dust settles. The ones who never seem to panic about money even when everyone around them is panicking. Watch them long enough and it starts to feel personal. Like they know something you don't. Like the rules are different for them. And here is the part that will bother you if you let it. Most people look at these people and think they got lucky. They didn't. Most people think they're smarter. Usually not. Most people think they had a better start. Sometimes true, usually not the reason. The truth is far more interesting than any of those explanations. And by the end of this video, you're going to realize something that will make you look at your own relationship with money completely differently. Because the people who make money look easy are not better at making money. They are better at thinking about money. And that difference, that one invisible difference, is worth more than any salary, any investment, any opportunity you have ever been given or missed. Let me show you what I mean. There is a man named Marcus. Average background. No wealthy parents. No connections. At 26, he was earning an ordinary salary and living in a flat he could barely afford. Nothing about his situation suggested what was coming. But there was one thing about Marcus that was different from almost everyone around him. When he made a decision, any decision, big or small, he asked a question most people never think to ask. Not how much will this make me? Not what is the safest option? Not even what does the data say? He asked, who will I become if I do this? That sounds like something you would read on a motivational poster. It is not. It is psychology. And it is the first reason some people make money look easy while everyone else makes it look like war. Most people see money as the goal. The people who make money look easy see money as the byproduct. A byproduct of becoming valuable. A byproduct of solving problems other people cannot solve. A byproduct of becoming someone the world needs. And that single shift changes the entire game. Because if your goal is money, you stop when the money arrives. But if your goal is becoming valuable, you never stop. Therefore, the money keeps finding new reasons to arrive. Marcus understood this at 26. By 34, he had built 3 different income streams without ever once sitting down and asking himself, how do I make more money? He was always asking a different question. And the answer kept producing the same result. Now here is where it gets uncomfortable. Because the second thing these people have is something most people actively avoid. A different relationship with failure. Think about the last time something went wrong financially. A bad decision. A missed opportunity. A loss. What did your brain do with that? For most people, the brain turns failure into a verdict. Evidence that they are not capable. Evidence that wealth is for other people. Evidence that they should be more careful, more cautious, more protective of what little they have. But the people who make money look easy do not treat failure as a verdict. They treat it as data. That is it. Just data. A failed investment is not a statement about who they are. It is information about what does not work. A rejected idea is not proof of inadequacy. It is a data point that redirects them faster than anything else could. Therefore, they keep moving while everyone else stops. Therefore, they accumulate knowledge while everyone else accumulates fear. And over years, that gap becomes the difference between 2 completely different financial lives. This is why successful people often look fearless. They are not fearless. They simply stopped treating their mistakes as personal attacks. They made failure boring. And when failure becomes boring, trying becomes easy. But now, here's the thing nobody talks about. The third trait. And it is the one that creates the effortless part that everyone sees and nobody understands. The people who make money look easy are obsessed with leverage. Not effort. Leverage. Your brain loves effort. Effort feels productive. Effort feels noble. Working 12 hours feels like progress. But the people who make money look easy figured out something that changes everything. You can only work so many hours. A system can work forever. A book is leverage. A business is leverage. An investment is leverage. Content is leverage. Technology is leverage. One action multiplied into many results. And once you start seeing the world through the lens of leverage, you stop asking, how do I work harder? And start asking, how do I multiply what I already do? That is why they look effortless. They are not doing less. They are doing things that keep working after they stop. And the results of those things are what you are watching when you think they got lucky. You are watching leverage, not luck. Now let me tell you about the identity problem. Because this is the thing I have never heard anyone explain properly. Most people are trying to build a wealthy life while carrying a broke identity. Every day, they take the right actions. Saving, investing, learning, working. But underneath all of that action, the story has not changed. Deep down, they still see themselves as someone who struggles with money. Someone for whom financial ease is something that happens to other people. And the brain is ruthlessly loyal to identity. Whatever story you carry about who you are, your brain will find evidence for it every single day. Save $1,000 and something unexpected appears to take it. Make a good investment and the brain calls it a fluke. Lose money and the brain says, of course, this is what always happens. The brain does not do this to punish you. It does this to protect the story. The people who make money look easy change the story first. Before the income changed. Before the results were visible. Before anyone around them could see any difference at all. They decided quietly, privately, without announcing it, that they were someone for whom building wealth was natural. Not arrogant, not delusional, just decided. And then they started collecting evidence for that new identity, one small action at a time. Because identity does not change through intention. It changes through evidence. Every dollar saved is a vote for the new story. Every unnecessary purchase declined is a vote. Every uncomfortable financial decision made anyway is a vote. And votes accumulate. Over months and years, those votes become a belief so deeply embedded that wealthy thinking becomes automatic. Not because they talked themselves into it, because they proved it to themselves one tiny action at a time. A woman I know spent 7 years earning well and saving almost nothing. Not because she was careless, because somewhere in her psychology she had decided that money was something she chased, not something she built. Then one day she changed one thing. Not her income, not her budget, her story. She started calling herself someone who builds wealth. Then she found the smallest possible evidence she could collect for that story. $50 automated on the first of every month into an account she labeled Future. Month won $50. Nothing impressive, nothing that looked like success from the outside. But she was not trying to build a balance. She was trying to build an identity. 6 months later, the 50 had become 300. A year later, 800 monthly. 3 years later, she had over $60,000 she had never had before. Same income. Completely different story. And from the outside to everyone watching, it looked completely effortless. Because by then it was. So here's what you are actually seeing when you watch someone make money look easy. You are not seeing luck. You are not seeing a head start you were denied. You are seeing the output of a psychology built quietly over years. You did not see the identity they rebuilt in private. You did not see the failures they treated as data instead of verdicts. You did not see the leverage they built while everyone else was just working harder. You only saw the result, and the result always looks easy, because that is the final product of invisible work done consistently in the dark. So the question is never, how do I make more money? The better question is always, who do I need to become so that money is the natural result of how I think and move through the world? Because the moment you start becoming that person, the money problem begins solving itself. Slowly, quietly, almost invisibly, until one day someone looks at your life and says, wow, you make money look easy, without realizing how much invisible work made it look that way. Which of these psychological traits do you think matters most? Identity, leverage, or the way you treat failure? Tell me in the comments. And if this cracks something open in how you see yourself and money, subscribe right now. Because we do not talk about money the way everyone else does here. We talk about the psychology underneath it, the invisible architecture that determines everything. The next video might be the one that changes how you see your entire future. Don't chase money. Become the person money naturally follows.